talk more about that heat advisory that Stephanie just mentioned a few minutes ago.
If you have to be outside today, it'll certainly be brutal. Let's look at some of the issues connected to this. National Weather Service is urging people to stay safe in the dangerous conditions. Agency's advice: stay hydrated, check on older neighbors and people who don't have air conditioning, never leave kids or pets unattended in a car, and limit strenuous activities outside. A lot of people are still forced to be. Students are still practicing sports in this extremely hot weather. News 8's Hannah Mordeau joins us live, fittingly outside. Hannah, you spoke to several local school districts. What are they doing to try to keep students safer when they must be outside?
Well, the biggest thing that school districts are pushing students to do is stay hydrated, keep that water on hand. Athletic trainers say drink before you're even thirsty, start in the morning, continue throughout the day. Just do what it takes to not get sick from this heat.
The biggest thing is that those exertional heat illnesses. So heat exhaustion, heat stroke, heat cramps are all very real, and they can cause a lot of issues, especially in athletics.
Carl Palma is the Beech Grove High School's head athletic trainer and says school districts plan ahead for extreme heat. Both Beech Grove and Hamilton Southeastern schools use the wet bulb globe temperature tool on hot days like this. It factors in heat index, wind, and sunlight to determine if it's safe for student athletes to practice outdoors. If the heat index reaches 100 to 104.9, they use extreme caution and ensure water breaks every 15 minutes with at least 5 to 10 minutes of rest, along with limiting the use of equipment any hotter, and they just don't practice outside. IPS says all of their coaches have taken heat illness training and stay cognizant of all athletes during practice and games. The Carmel Clay School District says they've even switched some practices to early morning hours just to beat that heat, and put out a water intake recommendation for before, during, and after practices. For all of the districts, safety is just most important.
Athlete safety is my job. It's my number one thing. And if we can add a few precautions or change a few things to make sure that we don't have to deal with the tragedies that some other schools and other families have had to deal with, those are things that I'm willing to do.
And both Beech Grove and HSC say they also keep a 150-gallon ice tub in a shaded area near practice to cool athletes should there be an emergency that they have to do that. Now, obviously right now, heat temperatures, it's not too bad. It's pretty tolerable, but this is good advice for anyone who's headed out throughout the day because it's just going to get hotter. Live in Indianapolis, Hannah Mordeau, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on